have fun. I am waiting for my opponent to move. Have fun. Waiting on that one. 3 blacks in a row. Oh, 4 in a row. What's going on? Give me a white. Oh, man. Okay. Team black. Let's go, team black. Team black. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Wow. I thought it was on... Was I on random? I'm pretty sure I was on random. What can you do? Maybe enter a Catalan. To be determined. Still. Let's try the Sicilian. And nothing here just yet. And let's try... Oh, last time I did the French, I got pounded. No thank you. Well, let's still go here. Stay flexible. One thing that I do not want to find myself in is time pressure. Okay. Sveshnikov. Let's try the French. I was going to go with the carrot. The Trompovsky. Okay. There's some variety here. Nice. Catalan territory. Despite what it might say on Chess Cube right now, not the most accurate. Let's try this. I might want to take on d4. Asalimo. Okay. Keep in mind, those of you that I'm playing against, don't even think about trying to cheat in any way. I will sniff that right out. Whoa, okay. I thought bishop takes knight would have been played next. Okay, I'll just support my center. Development. And I'm going to take. And I'm doing this so I could get bishop f5 in and something that's closely related to a Caro structure, Caro-Kann. Towards the center unless I have a good reason not to. Do I have a good reason not to? It does open this up. Pawn takes. I'll go like that. Let's give it a shot. Okay, French. 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 Let's go with this. Center's probably going to be closed soon. Ace, h6, bishop here are my two considerations. Maybe c5. Let's try c5. Be a little bit more aggressive. Okay, hang on now. Because if I take here, well, it could always be queen check. Let me castle first. Maybe a bit later I'll consider taking and try to actually hang on to it. So I think now I develop the bishop. I realize I've captured away from the center. And I'll look to work on that b4 square since it's weakened with their last move. So let me make sure I get development in. I might be doing in that last game a little bit of a knight dance prior to my castling. I'll hopefully explain that a little bit better when I arrive to it. Still waiting for Mr. Ketchup. What type of knight dance was I talking about? Okay, right here. So I believe e5 and queen e7, knight f6, d7, f8, e6. Did you follow that? I want to maybe make use of f8 prior to my castling, because I don't know that my rook would really want to go elsewhere. Let's get my pawn up. Nothing here. A capture here, and I really want to capture with my knight? No. No, I don't. Nothing here. This might be, it will probably is quite difficult to be following in the early goings. So, okay, French structure. Have to attack the base point, and right now the base point is d4, so not much to think about so far in that one. Now if I take the pawn, the knight could post up in the center and is there to recapture. I wonder if c6 would say, you know what, you better do something about this tension between the pawns, because maybe then I will be threatening to capture and hang on to it. c6, castle, pawn takes pawn, knight here. How do I defend that? b5 would drop c6 at that point. What to do here? D takes C, knight here. Could I play knight c6? I'm reminded of what am I reminded of? I'm reminded of right now a dog. Reminded of my neighbor's dog. And let's see. I'm clearly distracted right now. That little dog. That little dog. Okay, stay focused here. If I take this pawn, knight e5, knight c6, mind you, my clock is ticking on all these other games. Who cares? Let's just support my center. There. How's that for wonderful train of thought right there? Who cares? Who cares? Move a piece. Your clock is ticking. Okay, if I do this, e4 comes. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. So e6, connect the knights, maybe back up the bishop. See, my opponent, I don't want this move to come in with tempo. And if I go with here with my knight, you know, sometimes I like to play a5 and get my knight into that square, since it's very weak. But I think there's maybe, it's important. This just doesn't seem right. I don't want this bishop to be outside the pawn chain and e3 to be there, so it seems too convenient for white. Knight here, I guess. I guess. Development. Okay. So I think queen here. Defend that c5 pawn. Do I have anything better than jumping my knight into its square, its most natural looking square? Or do I try b6 bishop here, removing the light square bishop? I think I want to actually try that. A little scary. It's very weakening. Hopefully there's not a way to punish that last move. For some reason I think a computer would be smashing me with a move like that, but we'll see. I don't think there's anything better than that. Pawn takes. I think I still have to come here first. Yeah, let me get my knight here. And now I think I'm really threatening to take that pawn and then hang on to it with knight b6. Okay, so now this I could do. Maybe this first. Or maybe knight here. No, pawn push. I think e4 still gets played. With that to follow. Let me throw a question to this bishop. What are you going to do? Alright, knight, go for your little dance. Whoa. Okay. Pop quiz. h6, bishop e7, or bishop here? I don't want the bishop coming here. Ooh, this knight f4, h5. Is that really going to be played? Whoa! You don't want to see that. Especially during a tournament. The Adobe Flash Gambit will get the best of anybody. I don't care how good a chess player you are. The Adobe Flash Gambit. Fear that right there. Bishop a6, h6. I'm going to do this. I want to play bishop a6 only after the bishop has moved. My knight is pinned. I could give a check and knight here would be forced. My knight is pinned. Do I have a better square for my bishop than here? Or maybe here. That could be annoying. But I think with the potential for white to saddle me with an isolated pawn, maybe it's good to reinforce this, or at least anticipate that type of thing. However, wait, no, maybe I could be a bit more direct. No. Queen here, I end up with double isolated pawns. I don't know if I like that. Maybe it's okay. Queen here, I have two things in mind. Bishop takes, I take with the pawn, I reinforce my center. I have pressure on this, maybe I could work with that. I'm gonna try that. So my pawn structure could really turn out to be a complete wreck. Capture like this, okay, I know which direction I want to go in now. So from here, now if e6, e4, my bishop drops back, and if now e5 to attack the pinned piece, I have g5 in one stroke, and the pin is broken. So e6 if e4 is played. See, I just want to get an e6, bishop e7. So e6, e4, bishop back here. And if e5, attacking the pinned piece, I break it with g5. We could enter a messy situation there. I think I'd be okay. I don't believe I'm losing material. However, hang on. Oh, no, I was considering this for a second. No, I don't think that that's so helpful. Maybe it is. Bishop here? Takes, takes, takes. My opponent does have a space advantage, so I am certainly open to trading a pair of minor pieces. This guy, more space for white. He's gonna fall anyhow. Bishop here, is it really worth the time? Chop, chop, chop. E6. No. I think I'm okay like that. I think I want to throw a question at that bishop right away. He's taken two steps, so some time has been wasted by white by moving that bishop a second time. So let me ask that bishop a question. What do you want to do exactly? So this is a position that is, well, scaring me. I'm fearful of this knight jumping into that square. I don't know that I can continually wait for this bishop to move before I play this. If I do this move, the bishop and knight start to converge on that square. So I want to be very cautious about that move, and also about moving my bishop, because knight here would be very awkward. If I kick it, it jumps into f6. I also have to be careful about moving my knight from defense of this square. I have to anticipate knight h5 being annoying. I think bishop here for starters, or maybe I resolve the tension in the center first. Pawn takes, and only then here. Maybe it's better to resolve that tension. Pawn takes. Maybe knight could take. No, knight takes I could probably get here. Is there any sacrifices against this square? That actually might be right around the corner. Let me make sure this bishop's off the board. Yeah, sure that bishop's not going to kill me. Pre-move that. Okay, I knew that was going to happen, didn't I? Okay, I better reinforce my center. Okay. Well, I could end up very bad-looking pawns, but hopefully I'll have the bishop pair as compensation. My rook belongs on a half-open file. And I should develop, break the pin, or do I insert first a5? Hang on. Queen here could be quite annoying. Let me get developed. Okay, and now I think I continue with my knight dance. d7, f8, e6. This is the ultimate goal. Knight here, queen here. It could be a bit tricky to get developed. So if I castle and there's pressure on this, I could play king h7, but I'm not so quick to make use of f8. But to be perfectly honest, I really want to make sure I get this knight here as soon as possible. So let's run forward with it. Okay. Alrighty. I knew that could be played. I did. I think I come home. Queen here? I think I just drop back. Let's just go home. Okay. And, okay, hang on a second. Bishop here. Bishop e7, rook c8, a6. Pawn takes, I guess, would be another candidate move. a6, pawn takes, rook c8, bishop e7. I like this. I want to at least bring it to the point where I'm one move away from castling. It's always a good thing to be one move away instead of two. And then maybe there's some more timely things that can be done. So, bishop e7. Who could argue with that? It's development. Who could argue with it? Okay, I don't want b4 to be played so easily. Let's put a halt to that. And now I think a5. a5, if queen here, queen here. Let me cement control on b4. Yeah, I knew that was going to have to be played, didn't I? Let's go knight. I have to follow through with my plan here. And now I'm very tempted to play this and clamp down on the light squares, and I think it's a good idea. Yeah, let's make sure this remains closed. c4? Or maybe I play queen c8 and then here. No, I like this. I like this move. Any tactics? That's my only concern. Any tricky stuff on these 2 points? This is the one piece that has pressure on my position, the knight. I'm in a pin, but I'm not so inconvenienced. So c4 takes. I don't have to light square bishop to worry about. I don't have to worry about this knight. I don't have to worry about the bishop. It's really this guy. I have to make sure I keep under lock and key. I don't think he has anything exciting to do. Queen or bishop? I think queen. I want to keep an eye on my knight. I'm also pinning the knight to the queen. That can't be bad. Take with the queen. She's quite active from that square. Okay. If this knight leaves, maybe this a4 move could be good. Maybe dropping the bishop back is an idea. No, what is that even doing? What's this knight doing? He needs to do something. Knight here? With this to maybe follow? Knight here, get my light square bishop out, and then jump my knight into here. Maybe bishop back first. That might not be so bad. Does he really want to be staying on this half-open file? No. My rook wants to see. And I think I should be castling before it's maybe too late. Knight here. Welcome some exchanges. This pawn move is going to come. It's happening soon. What about knight here? Hit the bishop. Watch over this square. Position could blow open very quickly. e4, d5. Am I going to be in an okay position to deal with those changes in the pawn structure? Hopefully. Let's keep an eye on d5. Okay, this is a very good plan. Very good plan. Bishop here, is that going to inconvenience the knight? I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, I think I take. After the queen recaptures, I make use of c6 and then get to this square so I could get here next. Trying to exploit the backward nature of the black pawn, or the white pawn structure that's on these dark squares. So I think I take. I don't think I could maintain this point, so I think I need to take. Let's do that. Let's make sure I get out of a pin. Still pinned. Is there anything I could be doing to exploit this situation? I'm not seeing it. If there is, I'm not seeing it. And just a few seconds to breathe. Okay, all my opponents who are playing the white side, of course, they are thinking. So now, knight here. That's an interesting move, because now if I move the knight and knight e5, I can't make use of that square. What a bug. I'll get my queen out. See, if I go too far at my knight, he jumps in here. I think I want to keep him around a little bit to watch over that square. Queen here, and then this pawn push, and then maybe jump my knight into this square. Too far-fetched? That right there is actually something I ask myself quite a bit when I'm playing. If you start to think too deep, how often is it that you are accurate with whatever depth you're trying to think at? You're probably wrong, like after 2 or 3 moves. So if you're thinking 5, change it up maybe. So queen b6, queen a6. I'm only thinking 2 moves ahead here. Trying to, at least. Queen b6, queen a6. Let's give that a shot. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, light square bishop exchange? I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. My opponent has a space advantage. So I think I castle. No, do I really? Do I really? Is that what I want to do? Do I really want to castle? I think I drop my knight right in here. Yeah, that looks good. I did this little knight dance so I could play here, and now I don't want to come here? I've come this far? And now I don't want to play to d4? What's the matter with me? You came this far, knight. Don't stop now. Don't you dare stop now. I could be losing a pawn. Or if pawn takes, I think I just take here and then play on the light squares. My opponent gave up their light square bishop. Okay. I think queen here to get to these light squares. I just want the queens off the board. Queen here. Okay. Rook a to c8, my first thought. Do I have any second thoughts? Maybe h6. Nah. Very logical looking. I think it's good. Logical and good, maybe. Castle. Could I really do without castling? Maybe I want to make sure I have my knight in a better position. Knight here. And then knight here. I think that could be a great inconvenience. So let me make sure I have a tricky knight around on the b4 square that I have supported with a5 not so long ago. Time situation on these games, by the way, I have 15 minutes here. For a second I was thinking my king was on this square. That's in a different game. Okay, position's opening up. I think I do well with the resulting pawn structure. Capture a bunch of times. I come here eventually with my knight with tempo, and then I get my light square bishop out. I also have pressure on b2 if it gets so simplified, or more on the simplified end. Maybe queen could take here and it could be quite strong. I can't allow e5, so I'm pretty sure I just need to take with the pawn, the least valued piece first. And now I take like this. I have the bishop pair. Take away from the center? No, I'm going to go towards the center. The knight has to find a new home. And now knight here, and I believe I am now the better side. Knight here, boom, boom, boom. c4. If I have a knight on c4, it's bad news for white. There wouldn't be a sacrifice on d5, would there? Pawn up. My knight I can't rely upon anymore. Time for a flight square, and to ask that bishop a question. Okay, I think I chop here. I think I take like this. If I take like this, my opponent also has this square, the corresponding b5 square. b4 is a hole. If I take like this, b5 is a hole. I believe I take like this. Hang on. If I take with the pawn, I think maybe bishop takes knight might be good. Pawn takes knight, bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, and then e4. if I take, the rook takes, my bishop has to recapture. I end up getting into a nasty pin. So this is maybe... I might not... maybe I do best to not go with this immediate recapture of the pawn. Pawn takes, bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, e4 concerns me. Because I don't know that I want to allow the pawn to get to e5, and if I don't want to allow that, well, I'm going to have to capture, and I don't think that capturing is a good solution. I'm not yet castled. I don't want to take like this. Maybe I have to take with my knight. Get my other knight to b4. I'd really like to have a pawn here. This is a nice pawn chain. It works well with my bishop. But I don't know that it's best. If only I was castled. Pawn takes, bishop takes knight, I somehow see as being good. Pawn takes knight, bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, e4. I don't want to allow a pawn to get there. I'm going to take with the knight. And if the bishop is taking... Okay, they already did that. Okay, this knight is running a bit short on squares. I want to open the position up. I have two bishops. No need to do that just yet. Let's get castled. Okay. What's this guy doing? Nothing. I could play here. Should I have considered that earlier? Yeah, I should have. Could just pick up that light square bishop, but do have this square that I have to be concerned about. I do have an isolated pawn, but wait a second. Can't I just move here and get rid of my isolated pawn? Pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes. My queen is quite active in the center, and at the moment would then be hitting the bishop. And I think with this move, what results is play for my bishop on this point. No more imbalance with regard to the pawn structure. And on top of that, if there's no imbalance with regard to the pawn structure, there is no imbalance. And I think I'm actually the side who would be better off, and the reason for that is because, well, one of the details at least is I already have a flight square for my king, and since all heavy pieces remain on the board, I think that that's a plus. This diagonal opened up. I think now is the time to get this break in. Pawn push. Pawn push, pawn takes, knight takes. Queen takes. Get my other rook here. Seems like the position has opened up and I'm the better suited side for that. Possibilities for back rank mates. Knight here is certainly another thing to question, but even if I get the light square bishop, it's still kind of tough. What's he going to do? A knight could come back here and get my light square bishop right back. I'm going to go with this. Okay. Pretty sure I take. Right there. Tricky, tricky knight. Got a castle. Okay. Stops the pin. Do I do this? No, the knight would have a wonderful home. That's the one thing that I want to make sure I have under control. I don't want these knights to find good homes. Maybe I could still do this. Hang on. Oh, wait. This is something I can maybe be biting at. Pawn push. If pawn takes, I take with the pawn. And then look to get this move in. Maybe I should get some more development. Actually, bishop here, knight here. Do I play this first? Keep the knight out of this square? Maybe. If the knight comes back to b2, like if I take out the c5 square and the knight jumps to b2, I think I'd like to play b5 to restrict it. King h7 is a thought, f5 is a thought. I think either one of these bishop moves allows knight here. I'm not so quick to give up my light square bishop. Maybe I could be a bit more calm. Maybe with b6 as well. If this pawn is challenged, I could support it with c5. That might not be so bad an idea. If I could get this move in, then bishop here is maybe threatening the knight. Let me think. f5 takes. Rook is going to be thrown on this file. If I push, there's some takes, and then knight takes here. I don't know that I like my queen being on this file. If this pawn is no longer around, the rook putting pressure on the pawn, knight, pawn here as well. I could be in a pin. I think this is maybe not a good direction to be going in just yet. Let me baby step it. Take away squares from the knights. And now I am much, much more comfortable. Let's get my knight on that c4 square. And I'm pretty sure I followed through with what I said. However, no, and my queen is hit. Gotta do that. And go like that. That's the pre-move. Nothing, 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 something. The queen is here. Knight here looks pretty good. Yep. He is a monster. Whoa, for a second, knight takes, pawn takes. It's a little scary, actually. I think I should be okay, though. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is, I'm up a rook right here. I'm thinking that was like material balance currently, and I couldn't move my rook because of mate. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Not so fast. I think I just... Is there something I could be doing? I can't move my rook unless I want to get mated on h7. Knight f6. No, wait a second. Well, pawn here. Ooh, hang on, though. f5, what are you doing? You're defending the rook, but you're weakening this diagonal. So if this, we're going to see a smothered mate. No, thank you. f5, queen here. Oh, man, check. King here, check. Double check. Check on g8, mate. No, that would just be mate right away. Forget about it. So if f5, check, check, double check, mate. No, thank you. I think I have that correct. So, in other words, don't touch this pawn, whatever you do. What about knight f6? Just give that piece back. Just give that piece back, huh? Knight f6. Come on, let's go. I need to get my light square. Do I really think I could... Whoa, okay, 7th rank is weak, and I only have less than 8 minutes. Okay, where does my rook belong? Probably on a half-open file. Let's go there. Oh, really? Is that what you're going to do? Okay. Now I could do this, get here. I want to get this break in. This knight has trouble. He has big trouble getting working. I think I go just a hair right here. Get my other rook working. Bishop can't go here just yet. My knight needs to do something better. Have to be careful, though. Maybe I want to castle queenside. What's wrong with that? Maybe I got a queen doing something else. Okay. Rook here, that's what I planned. That was my big plan there. Get all my pieces working. I have a flight square. I'm happy about that. Knight takes knight. Okay. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Okay, we have action. This pawn is hit. I think I just step up. Actually, which one do I go with? Pawn up here defends the threat, and I could play my bishop here. Pointing here. Could I take and allow this pawn to be taken? Take a center pawn and give up this one? I don't like the idea of a rook coming here and then getting to my back rank. No thanks. That one falls into the no thanks category. H6 or G6. Decision time. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe it. I might have to do that. G6 or H6? H6 or G6? Doesn't matter in which order you say it. Okay. Queen here. Seems very active. I'd like the queens off the board. I'd like the knights off the board. Oh boy. Queen here seems very active. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, I think I push. That knight is having a tough day at the office, I think. Right here. What does he do? Tough day at the office, I'm pretty sure. My bishop would love to be right here if there is no pawn on e4. Okay. Oh, now I could actually develop. I was reluctant to make this move because of the pressure that was on this square. Just develop, man. Just develop. Get that bishop working one day. Finally. Okay. Queen trade? Knight trickiness? Pawn push? No. Unless I want to get hit with the fork. I don't. I really don't. Wait. Queen here? Queen trade? Okay, I think I just do this right away. This move is going to be played. I'd like to get this pawn up here, but I think a5 is met with a4. I gotta go quicker. Pawn push, pawn takes, bishop takes. This knight is out of play, so I'd love to mix stuff up here against the king. I think f5 right away a computer would do, but I'm not as good. I can't calculate. I can't calculate. Give me those strategic positions. I like those better. It could be close to having a strategic position if my pawn is allowed to get to f4. More dynamic if this pawn captures. See, pawn takes rook here. It's knight takes pawn tricks. I can't support that so easily. Oh man, I just need to move. I just need to move. Let me do this. a4 is going to come anyhow. Or at least it should. What's this guy doing? He's garbage. That's what he's doing. He's garbage. He's doing nothing. Queenside castle, play over here. This knight's a monster. He's very good. Alright, I'm going to weasel around with my knight. That b8 square, I'm loving that b8 square, aren't I? Made use of that square a lot already. Queen here, just get out of sneakiness. It's the first move that comes to my mind. Let's just go there. If pawn push, it weakens b3. Gotta go quicker. Bishop here, I think pawn push would have been better. I think everything is quite solid now. If the light square bishops come off the board, I think I do a little bit better because of my resulting structure being on white. Ah, man, that's a sneaky move. If I take the queen, my knight has to find a new home, and right now this square is the best home. Okay, I see your trickery. I see your trickery, and I say, no, I don't want any of it. I want that home. I want that home. Man, I'm spending so much time on this one. I just don't know what I want to do. If you're wondering if the mic went on me there, it didn't. It just I'm not tongue tied. I'm position tied. I don't know what to do. What should I do in this position? Oh, F5. Okay, let's see how they react. I might take with my bishop. My queen is hit. I really just want to chop this guy up. I don't see any need to do that, though. I'm not afraid of him. Should I be? Yeah, I'm going to keep this around. Right here. Gotta go quicker. Okay. Okay. Take with the lesser valued piece first. Pawn takes bishop here. My queen isn't getting trapped, is she? No, no way. Anything else that's tricky? Not seeing it. Gotta go with what's instinctual. Less than 4. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right here. Okay. Bishop takes pawn looks good, actually. Bishop here induces this move. It also drops this bishop. Was it really that funny? It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Okay. Bishop takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn, pawn takes, rook takes here. Be careful about bishop checks. This rook is defended. Bishop takes pawn. It looks so right, doesn't it? How could it be wrong? Let's give it a shot. Attack the queen first. It seems so right. Let's do it. Action over here. Yeah, I knew that one was coming. I really did. I really did know that one was coming. Queen here to defend. Ugh. Pawn push. I'm working myself into a pin. I really didn't want to have to do this. Yeah, I guess it was maybe premature. I guess. I don't think I can maintain him. Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about. He's loose now. Ah, man. Do I really have to go for this? I guess so. That's what I was just talking about. He's unprotected. Why? When I take that, can't follow up with this now. I think maybe I still do it, though. Well, it's not losing, is it? It's close to it, though. Yeah, it's a bad miscalculation. Let's still go for it, though. What can you do? Okay. Oh, okay, the queens are off. 4 minutes in that one. Oh my goodness, I'm down on time. I didn't even realize how... Oh, man, I was loving that game, too. My opponent didn't spend any time. Oh, I totally blanked out on... I don't even think I looked at the clock in that game. Oh, that's too bad. I'm down on that one. Okay, queen is hit. I gotta go faster. I gotta go faster. Okay. Bullet mode somehow. Okay. Sorry about that sniffle. Sorry about those sniffles. Get my rook active. Oh man, I don't think I looked at that clock once in that game. I was too preoccupied with wonderful squares. With wonderful squares. With wonderful squares. How often do you hear that? I was too preoccupied with wonderful squares. Take this pawn? Why not? Maybe give a check first. This is still somehow savable. I have a feeling. I think I want to keep my bishop here on this diagonal or something. Can I give a check? Get my bishop here or something. Tough day. Tough here. I'm gonna lose on time in these other games. I take this pawn right away. Yeah, this is trouble. I think I have to, bishop here, is that any good? Attack the queen. I might have to go with something aggressive like that. I was fearful of having to move this pawn and then bishop e5 stuff. I'll get my king closer. Huh. Only 2 minutes in this one. I'll lose on time in that one too. Hang on. Okay. Pawn push. Yeah, that's a good move. I could pin this knight though. Yeah, maybe I could work against that knight being in big trouble. Give up. Oh my goodness. Queen's hit. I'm doing bad in this game. Down the exchange, I have a pawn to show for it. I don't know if it's enough. Take. Nothing here yet. Nothing here. Okay, everybody's still thinking. I have to do a time check here. Okay, I have almost 5. 3. Less than 2. 4. Action here. Okay, I give up that pawn, I get this one. Nothing here yet, something here. My opponent is staying coordinated. Very nice. It's a very good move. About knight here. To be careful about getting pinned and stuff, but I think I need to be active. My opponent can be throwing in. Oh my god, how many times? I have to disable that right mouse click. It's just one. That is one bad accident waiting to happen. Now my opponent could be in a pin here. I could pin this bishop. That can't be good. Rook here. Take that bishop. I think I'm winning material. Right? My opponent's offering a draw. I don't want that. I think I want to pin that bishop. I think that's best. If it was bull, I would do this move in a blink, but is it right? It seems so right. Let's pin. Okay. Action here, oh my goodness. King in the center. My bishop's hit. Counterattacking move, queen here. Bishop here. No, queen here. My queen wants to do something else. Bishop here. No. Queen here. Queen on this square. Less than a minute. The queen is hit. Queen here? I don't think that bishop could be saved. Queen here? Just do something. Even if it's wrong. Even if it's wrong, man. Just do something. Queen here? Just go to a square where you're protected. King position? Keep their rook tied down. Less than a minute in this game. Number one priority, this one. Less than a minute. Action. We have action. Okay, I want to keep this rook as is, defensive. I think b5, and then get an outside pass pawn somehow. Okay, they took. I should have been pre-moving that. Or no, maybe not. I got mate! No way. That's mate. Oh, that's a big slip-up. That happens, though, to the best of us. Good game. Oh, that one that has to sting. I know that feeling. Oh, man, that happens to me, too. Come on, you know it. You know it, too. Who knows about Scholar's Mate stuff? Watch out for that back rank. That's what I was talking about earlier. But then I blundered the exchange, right? That happens. I was in rough shape in that one. Okay. I think pawn push. No, what about this? Hang on. I could get into a simplified position, but I think in the resulting king and pawn endgame, I do not stand better. Pawn push is certainly something to look into. I like this better. Outside pass pawn is going to be better in a more simplified position, especially endgame positions. This one is close to being wrapped up. I think I'm winning material on that one. Yeah. Less than a minute. Okay, Benko G moved again. King position. I could get king position. My opponent, I think, is close to... Oh, here, there's maybe rook checks. Outside pass pawn. I think this is... Oh, I think this is winning. An outside pass pawn. Definitely take here. I want my pawn further away from their king. Rook here, I give check. And then outside pass pawn would win in that resulting king and pawn endgame. Less than a minute in this one. I think my opponent's dropping their bishop. Okay, I got to take their queen. They're going to grab a pawn. That's not enough for it. Oh, they didn't do that. Oh, no. My king is stuck. I'm going to take with my pawn, actually. Because I don't want to work into it. I think I want to have that f7 square available. Okay, I gotta move in this game, and I'm not moving. Their knight is in trouble. Can you believe that? I can actually go with the queen trade. Their knight is still stuck. It's gotta be tough. Now, I believe I come back here, and then get behind that pawn. Gotta do something quick. Come back here, guard those pawns in case they need to be guarded. Nothing. Queen has to be taken. Behind that pass pawn. I'm just going to push and push again. Okay, they're still thinking they took my queen in this one. The knight went there, I could pin it. He's still not going anywhere. I could walk my king right up here and grab this pawn. That knight is still not going anywhere. This knight's going to go here, though. Hang on. What about this and grab this pawn? I don't care about him. He's not bothering me. Let's go after that, and then I have a pass to b pawn. Okay. Got the king off a little bit. Oh man, really? No way. Just take that first. Less than a minute. I could so easily... Okay, that's good to stop that, I think. I don't think I want those pawns going any further. I think I want to get out of a pin. Probably some tricky fork. Take that pawn. I want to bank some time, I think. Just give a check. Some time. Watch over my 7th rank. Knight there. Now that is annoying. That's annoying. "20 seconds. I just gotta move." Oh my goodness. 30 seconds. Oh, this is so tricky still. Okay. Eventually my opponent has to move. Oh my goodness. 25 seconds. I'm in check here. Rook is there. Oh, am I getting mated? I think there's tricky forks. Let's trade. Oh no, 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 no. What'd I do? What'd I do? What'd I do? Okay. Pawn here, or king here, here. Ah. I'll take that. That's with check. Is this the correct way? I don't know. I think if I go after the rook, it's no good. I think I have to come over here. Can I eventually force that king to go somewhere that he doesn't like to go to? Oh my goodness! Oh, I should have captured that pawn. I meant to do that, I promise. Now I have to give checks. I think all I could do is a draw now. Oh, I was supposed to give check at that point. Oh, that's too bad. That's an important pawn, isn't it? You're definitely going to want that pawn around. Check. I give another check and then take the rook. Okay, I'm accepting that. Good game. Good game, Benko G. Why did I do that? I got too excited about what? I got too excited. Okay, I take the rook here and then the pawn can't be stopped. This is the last game, 18 seconds. 3 sec. Okay, they resigned in this one. Good game. Let's close out of that last game. Don't forget about your time, whatever you do. 18 seconds. Oh, rook check, king here. Knight fork, I could take the pawn and then be on the rook. So this move is played so that the rook could play here and defend. But no, now I'm getting the knight. Deadly fork, the knight is dead, and this is going to be a win now. I think I see the idea that my opponent had. They wanted to do this, and then if I moved king f7 to give a fork and then get my rook without me getting their rook back after I take on f6. Ah, interesting game so far. Well, this one I'm pretty sure is beat, and as a whole, all 5 of these games are pretty interesting. I really want to do that f5 move and not allow my opponent to have any counterplay. Not the case, though. And this pawn, I have a bunch of passed pawns. Let me just make sure my king is not going to be in any trouble. Let's gobble these pawns up. They're not going anywhere. And here, and just march. March those pawns. No stalemate. Whatever you do, no stalemate. No stalemate. No stalemate. That would be stalemate. And we'll just play this one out to mate, I guess. King here, it's mate in 1. Alrighty. Good game to you as well. Okay, I think that let me take a quick peek at the tournaments. Is it already started? No, it's starting in a half hour. Okay. Good games to all 5 of you. Namely, who were they? Juicy Ketchup, Benko G, Benko Gambiter, Penguining, Genghis Guano. Sorry about that game. Oh man, we were only in the middle game yet. I totally blanked out on the time. Fisso, and okay, that was everybody. Thank you to all 5 of you, and thanks for another successful simul. Very cool.